Alright, welcome back. Jim Pal Podcast. Week 1 wrapping up. Hope everyone's having a great Sunday night. Just came from a barbecue myself. That's why we're coming on a few minutes late here. Gonna come back in. We're going to be playing a Bounty Hunter again. Power Tech. Get rid of some of this stuff first before we...
Republic forces on Dantooine are on the verge of collapse. More details to follow.
Oh, I see. If that's good or not. Nah, sell that. Unless we just want to destroy. You know, when you get later on in the game, you get so much of this cosmetic gear, and so much of it you go, oh, that's kind of cool. Like, that's kind of nice. Maybe I'll wear that someday, and then it just sits here forever, like this. Actually, this I got fairly early on. This sand people. I don't think it's got boots. No. You want to look like a sand person. That'd be funny. But I can't think of who to put that on with. Hey, it's cool. We got a couple of new viewers here. Welcome. Welcome aboard. Feel free to say hi in the chat if you want. If not, you can lurk. That's cool. I wanted to get rid of some stuff, and then we'll get started. We're going to continue to quest with this guy. Alright, so where were we at? I think we were on Shadaa, yes? Yes, going right back to Shadaa, which is, those who don't know, Space Las Vegas. We're going to continue to drive our definitely not sexually suggestive mount here. Oh. Intercept Zeke. Okay, so where we're at in the story is we're in the Great Hunt. We're trying to hunt down our target. And I think this guy's trying to escape, so we're trying to get him now. Before he leaves. I think that's where we're at. I think that's who we're going for.
I'm looking for some security advice.
Maybe not.
I just need the codes to Eidolon Security's encryption programs.
Alright, that's what we're doing. I don't know where I got that thing from. I think I made it up. Don't drink in game, kids.
You don't want to resist me on this one. Will you keep quiet about our little chat?
Yeah, he still can't be trusted, but we're gonna do light side on this playthrough, so.
With a little good fortune, maybe the Eidolon will die before he gets to you.
Did switch it over, right? Okay, good.
Welcome. Please select an available travel route. Have a safe and pleasant stay.
Oh, I got it. Catching Z's. That's funny. They get clever with the mission names sometimes. I'm sure that air is very breathable and healthy for everybody. Not a problem. Oh. Okay, I don't know what that was. The black screen.
I'm back with Z's codes.
Ah, wish I could have seen the look on Z's face. I knew he'd be good.
Everything looks legit. Beautiful work. Z's code is like music.
Yeah, whatever. Isolate the ones we'll need and hand the pad back to our hunter friend.
Eidolon Security's transceiver codes are marked. Easy to spot. They'll disable the encryption programs. No problem.
Sorry, had an idea I had to write down.
Why did I need these codes again?
Let's go right out of my
To get
head.
access to all of Eidolon Security's confidential files. Once we get those, the Eidolon's personal business will be everybody's business. Eat that, you ganks! Okay, so on to phase 2 of our plan to scrag Eidolon Security's rep and drive their clients away. Anuli?
Gotta access Eidolon Security's data transceivers. Input these codes, then slice into Eidolon's network. Download their files.
Here's a holonet transmitter. Once you've accessed Eidolon's network, put this on the transceiver. It'll let Anuli upload the files straight to the holonet.
Eidolon Security's entire database is on the holonet. That's bad. Real bad. For them.
The transceivers are in the network access sector. Security's gonna be tight. And the Eidolon will have his best men protecting those transceivers. Feel free to kill as many as you want.
Nope, went the wrong way, but that's alright. We'll get the minimal experience points for exploring the entire promenade.
Welcome. Please select an available travel route. Have a safe and pleasant stay.
Don't harass him. Alright. What am I looking for? Nope, this isn't even where I wanted to go. Should have checked the map one more time. Oh, Lord. My brother texted me because I this is relevant because I'm still wearing it. He said, "I saw you in the pictures from from somebody's birthday party today. That's a cool ass shirt you had on." My older brother thinks this is a cool ass shirt. It's a good thing my wife dresses me, right? By the way, all the people laughing, you're not married. Or you soon won't be. Or maybe you are laughing because you get it.
You're gonna get it now. Not just a pretty sidekick, Buster.
7:15. All right, so we'll finish this one off. All right, so we want to take this, bring it over here. All right, I'd like to separate my AoE abilities from my single player abilities. That's a lot of dead druids and people.
Not just a pretty sidekick, Buster.
Let's turn my chat back on. Miss anything? No. Didn't miss. Okay. The Revan. That's funny. A warmth and a chill, you say? Oh. You say so.
Meraka kemyam amgam nemno. Namgam pak una kijak. Memgam gangi. Nina gegwan. Amnerna hanak. Kamperem ganyam bajiyang. Mani kekum bokam.
Okay. The Revan. Alright. I'm trouble getting my stuff together tonight, you know?
Naya narangam. Kala ama nani mami. Lebek bak. Emga naya nugan. Ejinim naya lak unan mege.
Alright, this guy's kind of boring. We'll do it for the XP, but I'm not going to bore you guys with it. This game is great for that. Like, sometimes like, they're just really... Sometimes the story's really good, and then other times you just go, okay, could you just not? Some of the side missions just get nauseating at times. Sorry to say. Which is really funny too, because the game that started this all features Revan, and I was just like, nah, I don't even care what they're saying about that. Oh my god, where is this last thing? Okay, it's not in here. I guess I gotta go up. Gotta go up and then come back and around. The old up and around. I think we're gonna have to fight him in a little bit. He looks intimidating. He's been eating his Wheaties. Is that saying still relevant? Or am I old? And we don't care. Well, come back and talk to us when your eyes are on straight. Okay. Build our own galaxy. What is it, Super Mario Galaxy? You just make your own galaxies? That's ridiculous. I guess we're gonna have to fight these guys. Should I tell him his face is upside down?
Revan brought you people here centuries ago. How are you still alive?
Yang Perluamka, Kalima Naya Kira, Nebua Ribok. Naya Narankam, Kala Ama Mani Mummy, Libik Bak.
Tell me everything you know about the Infinite Engine, starting with where it came from.
Nibaga Klamka, Gakyam, Glaknimu Amya Galak. Kam Inu Nemuk. Naja Naya Akam Memnik Miraka. Laporam Amka, Mamni Nikak, Nagnaya Mamni Kamgram.
Your services are no longer required. Give that machine to me.
Nulilak Apa Jam Kamgram. Amka Nem Nang Nemua Inuk. Manuk Miraka Naja, Kinamabam. Yak Manala. Jukagi ne paninu. Am kambina bek nemu kemgram.
Give me this seed, and I'll leave you alone.
Nuk inu nemnu. Amka aka mem perlak balak. Nemua bemguana. Kumia yang mem gamba paka.
Your gift is most generous. Tell the Revan I said hello if you see him.
The Revan. Makes sense now if they've been waiting centuries for him, and it's like the telephone game, you know? They don't know that he was just called Revan because they weren't there to actually hear it in the first place. I think you get it. Makes you wonder about like our history, religion, everything. Where am I? There I am. You know, you wonder if throughout history the facts and the details got all muddled and twisted and tangled up to the point where the truth is not even... Wait a minute. That wasn't close enough. There we go. We'll go there. It doesn't even resemble the truth anymore. That's what I was trying to say. Sorry, it's been a long day. Well, out here on Long Island, it's pretty hot. It was about 85 and very humid today. And the sun was out almost all day. My God. It's tough when that beats down on you. And then it's also tough when you get into the whiskey. Then it's really tough to gather your thoughts after that.
I raided Darth Revan's complex. Here's what I found.
What? That tiny speck was all you found in a vast complex?
Study that speck carefully, General. I think you'll find its use.
Wait, why is Mako disapproving? Come on now.
I raided... It's only a fragment of a larger machine. The descendants of Revan's slaves are guarding it.
There are still slaves living in there? Fascinating. Why didn't you wipe them out?
The mission didn't include exterminating slaves.
Lesson learned. I should be more specific. While I'm not completely pleased with the results, you fulfilled your objectives. Thank you. I'll send the fragment to Drummond Cast for study immediately.
It's very friendly of the Empire, but I don't think they would actually do that. Consider me pessimistic.
It was a pleasure working with you.
I've just received a request for assistance from my colleague Major Danvers in network access. If you visit that sector, he could use you.
He could use you. Love all the Imperial officers are just pompous. Okay. Another level up. Another not ability learned. Okay. Boy, oh boy, 22, and we haven't even filled this yet. That's hysterical. That should be the... No, wait. What was it? Was it 24? I gotta see now. Just filling in from last time. I went to the wrong planet first. I went to a more advanced planet. Yeah, it's supposed to be levels 20 to 24, and I showed up here at level 16. Oops. And I just kind of kept questing. I was like, oh, this is alright. Now I'm going to go to Balmora, which is not as advanced of a planet. Hopefully we just blow through it. But let's see. Let's see what happens. We're in no rush, right? The flame has gone out. Alright. Oh. Can't forget my 253 credits. Oh, crap. Get our taxi, and we're going. Okay, so that was a good move. I want to finish up over here before we go over there and we do too much back and forth. So cool. These kinds of I always wonder, like, how does like a planet like this come to be? Oh, there's a Legend of Zelda reference right there. You all saw it. Can't deny it. That was the Triforce. Don't believe me? Rewind. Go back and watch it. I wouldn't lie to you. Maybe I would. I don't know. Depends how much money you're gonna give me. I think we got the show Andor coming up in a month and a half. I'm quasi curious about that because obviously Rogue One was such a great show, but then they waited so long. I mean, that movie came out 5.5 years ago almost, and they're only just getting around to a a streaming series based off of him. And, well, I'm sure they would have been, maybe 2 years after, but Jesus, 5 years later, that's a lot. That's asking a lot out of people to remember those characters. And he's not even the main character either. That's the other thing. He was the side character to Jyn Erso's character, who obviously was the main focus, and her father was obviously very instrumental in building the Death Star and everything, and building the flaw that let the rebellion blow it up. But it'll still be interesting. I mean, shows set during this time, are all the rage now, right? I mean, Rebels was really good. Obviously now the Obi-Wan series was really good. Bad Batch is a little earlier, but still basically between episodes 3 and 4, and we're kind of watching the Empire grow. Even Solo took place, before episode 4 and everything. So they're really doing a lot to fill in the gaps. I do think eventually it's going to get saturated. I think we're going to run out of stories to tell between episodes 3 and 4, which seem to be what's Disney's focus right now. Now maybe eventually they'll try to do things between episodes 4 and 5, and that's going to be tricky because obviously now Han, Luke, and Leia are out there and they're together. So obviously you can do certain things with Luke because he's still alive and interested in being involved in the Star Wars. Sadly, Carrie Fisher can't be around to do the same, and Harrison Ford is a dick. But you know, other than that, you know, unless you just totally just ignore those three and you just, you know, do side stories that have nothing to do with those three, but then that's tough to get people interested. But all right, hold on, let's see what this guy wants. Then what does this guy want? Data center raid. Now, which is this? Is this for? Oh, this is for Shadaa. All right, we're gonna spacebar through this. We're not gonna bore you with these. Start to run into each other after a while if you pay attention too much.
What's this got to do? I'll be... Get the cup.
All right, I got experience points just for talking to a guy. That's what I love about MMOs sometimes. They'll just give you XP. Hey, you were here. Here's experience points. Enjoy. Move along. So yeah, it was really it's also kind of sad they didn't make Leia a Jedi earlier, because when episode 6 wraps up, you know, you could start to tell that she's starting to like experience the Force, and she start to feel certain things, and you know, maybe something that was there but she didn't really fully realize what it was. And now that she's hung out with Luke, and now she knows that they're related, she knows like she knows. But yeah, it was just a little disappointing that, you know, when I watched episode 7 for the first time, that they didn't even touch on it. And alright, well, actually, I guess it doesn't matter. Let's just keep going. And then they just made her a general, and then that was it. And then obviously in episode 9, they try to retcon it, be like, oh no, she was a Jedi, she just said she didn't want to do it anymore. And it was just like, it was so eye-rolling when they did it. It's just like, you're pandering now. Like, you're trying to, obviously now that she's gone, you're trying to, you know, go back and really, you know, say, oh no, she was a Jedi the whole time, and you know, she was this great person and everything. Like, no, make her great while she's alive. Don't, you know, I get that she hadn't acted in a while, and obviously she had some issues, and you know, she was brushing off the rust. I mean, you could have done certain things. I mean, she was in the damn movie, episode 7. You could have just, you know, showed her with her lightsaber for like 2 seconds. You didn't even have to have her do anything. That was probably my biggest complaint about the sequel series, is that they didn't, you know, they were trying too hard to mimic the originals, and it just didn't. It didn't land. They didn't land the ship. And then bringing Lando in at the very end, episode 9, and it's just like, oh come on, where was he? Where was he this whole time? Then obviously he's got to brush off the dust. He's got to dust himself off and get familiar with the character again, you know. Because here's the thing, you know, obviously there was a big difference in Carrie Fisher between episode 7 and 8. You know, imagine if, you know, Lando had, you know, a couple of movies to get going.
Excellent.
But they tried to split the baby between... Oh yeah, this is... we're just skip past this. Oh. Well, alright then. Here we are. Oh, they want us to keep going. Oh, alright, fine. Yeah, alright, whatever. Well, I screwed that up.
You're gonna get it now.
Now look, I mean, obviously Carrie Fisher, Leia was an important character in Star Wars. I like the fact that they, you know, made her force sensitive at the end, and I would have liked to have seen that continue on. It would have been really nice to if they had done that.
You have arrived.
But I think they were so. Let me just spacebar through this. I think they were just so hell bent on, you know, mimicking the first one, in that, oh, there's only one Jedi left, and that's it, and you know, a mistake that they realized, you know, before the end, which is again why they retconned it and made Carrie Fisher a Jedi. Which again, I wouldn't have had an issue with it if she was carrying around a lightsaber in Episode 7, or at least even talked about it and said, "Yeah, no, I was a Jedi, but I didn't like it," or you know, I didn't want to. I don't know. It just felt weak. I always thought she should have had the yellow lightsaber too, you know? They gave it to Rey instead. And again, I like Rey too. I like the character Rey. She's just, you know, it's set on too similar of a planet to Luke's, you know? It's Tatooine light. And, you know, they could have done something different with it again. You know, it didn't have to look exactly the same as previous movies did. Wasn't necessary. Like, it would have been cool to have her come from a planet like we're looking at Nar Shaddaa, you know. You know, the scavenger thing kind of still makes sense. You know, there's a lot of scrappy work that needs to be done on this planet, you know. I mean, she was basically, you know, a slave just like Anakin was when they found him. You know, the similarities were all there. And I get it. I get the whole story. It's supposed to be that anybody could be a Jedi. You know, you don't have to be born into a pedigree or anything like that. I get all that. But at the same time, it's like, you don't have to do that all the time, you know? It doesn't always have to be somebody who isn't privileged. It could be somebody who's, you know, maybe part of a royal family or something, and you know, senses something that he could do better with his life, you know? I think we got a couple new people joining the stream. Welcome. Feel free to say hi in the chat. Just ranting about the issues with episode 7, 8, 9. Let's see if I can pronounce this right. Stop radio. Very nice. Sorry, it took me a second. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. Oh, and I just closed out my chat. Hold on one second. Hold on, where am I? All right. Anyway, appreciate it. Welcome on in. Thank you. How you doing this night? This wonderful Sunday night. I assume it's Sunday night. Maybe it's Monday morning where you are. I don't know. So yeah, I was just saying I wish they made Carrie Fisher a Jedi earlier on in the process. Didn't wait till like the very last movie after Carrie Fisher had sadly passed. Thought she deserved better. They also didn't have to go after a planet-killing weapon again. That was kind of meh. After a while, it's just, you know, you start to it loses its impact. If, oh, okay, we got another world-killing weapon that we got to contend with. And they even felt the need to address it in the movie. You know, they're talking and they go, "Oh, it's another Death Star," and they go, "No, this is worse." And it's like, oh, they could do 5 planets this time at the same time, which just sounds ridiculous. And there wasn't even any planets we had any connection with. At least with the first one, it was planets that it was a planet that you know, Leia was from, Alderaan. This was just like, oh, these are Republic planets. Like, okay, which ones? Care to elaborate? Anyway, what do you guys think? Am I way off base with this? Also, Finn, I thought, got a raw deal too. You know, I liked the fact that he was force sensitive, but I feel like they should have touched on it sooner, you know, and not waited till the last movie to acknowledge it or introduce it, or however you want to word that. I thought maybe they should have done that in the first movie, you know, like, you know, obviously now he stood his ground with Kylo Ren for a few minutes, even though I think he was mostly playing with Finn. I think he was waiting till he could his wound would heal a little bit better before he would finish him off, but excuse me. You know, they could have made it like that's the reason that, you know, he had a conscience in the first one. He didn't partake in the killing of those civilians. It could be the fact that he, you know, felt something through the Force without even realizing that that's what he was feeling. Makes sense to me. And, you know, Poe Dameron, really good pilot. That was some insane... Oh, wait a minute. Do I have to go back? I thought this was what... Crap, I gotta go back. Can't use that right now. Okay, well, I guess we're gonna screw this one up. Oh, well. Poe Dameron, yeah, so that first time we see Poe, you know, he does some really insane shooting. And, like, he shot, like, 5 or 6 TIE fighters out of the air in, like, one swoop.
I've already been contacted by the so-called Access.
And Finn is even saying, like, wow, he's really good, you know? It's like, it would make sense if he was also Force sensitive and he starts learning how to be a Jedi. Like, that would have been a really cool thing to do, you know? You just say, hey, here's all these, you know, all these... And, you know, it's always explained by the Force. The Force brought them there. Perfect explanation for everything. It's an in-universe get-out-of-jail-free card that never expires, as far as your storytelling goes. Hey, why this doesn't make sense? No, Force, baby. Force did it. Force moves in mysterious ways. You know, you always explain it. Any plot hole, it's great storytelling. George Lucas knew what he was doing when he created the Force. Really knew what he was doing. Not to have universal praise for him. He can't write dialogue for a romance scene to save his life. I think we all know that at this point. But other than that, you know, we certainly appreciate what he's given us. Oh, crap. Also, when Luke's talking to Yoda in Episode 8, like, I don't understand why they couldn't have Anakin in there. I mean, that's a perfect opportunity to... You've already turned him back into Hayden Christensen, you know, and that's canon now at this point because of the movies that, you know, he turns into a Force Ghost, he turns into his younger self. So it's a perfect opportunity to bring him in. You know, you don't have to worry about aging him up or anything. Just have him be who he is. I mean, when you do the Force Ghost blue shade thing anyway, he, you know, kind of, you kind of wouldn't be able to tell his age at that point anyway. You throw a wig on him, and you're set. All right, what do we got here? Neural Darker taunts the target. Oh, I don't want to taunt anybody. That is going to go right here, never to see the light of day again, because I'm playing DPS. Alright, maybe I'll make this I'll do a tank as well. Let's see. So much easier with the, if you want to respec, you know, it's so much easier to do it now. Anyway, just some of my thoughts how you fix it. Oh, and then yeah, you could bring Ewan McGregor in and just, you know, age him up a little bit, you know. You have no problem, you know, you're bringing him almost right up to Episode 4 anyway. You might as well just, again, color his hair a little bit and bring him back as a Force Ghost. You could have had the three of them, like, I know it's going to sound, but, you know, kind of triple team him and smack Luke around when he's talking to, oh, what's going on here? I gotta pick some stuff, looks like. What do we got here? Is refresh, the target takes bonus kinetic damage. Okay. You gain a stack of easy prey. Each stack increases the damage done by your next initial hit with retractable blade by 25%, max stack 4. So I can keep hitting him over and over again? Is that it? That's cool. When the bleed effect damage, you deal additional damage to 4 targets within 5 meters. Oh, I like that one instead. Always like the AoE. Helps with the questing. Oh, excuse me.
Okay, that should take care of Z's encryption programs, transmitters in place. Let me slice into Eidolon's network.
Oh yeah, this one we gotta watch. This is part of the class story.
The Eidolon's whole
Continue my thought later.
It's professional, that's for sure. Lucky we're better.
Looks like their clients are getting their money's worth. Come on. I'm in. I'll contact Newly. Newly, are you getting this? It's quite a data stream, huh?
Beautiful. All Z's work. Symphony of math. Downloading the files onto the holonet now.
You and the data want to be left alone? Jesus. It's beautiful.
Get out of here before more of the Eidolon's mercs show up. They're way too good with those blasters.
Z was right. You must be insane. Otherwise, why would you be here?
I'm disappointed.
Z knew there was nowhere he could go where he wouldn't find him. There's no escaping him.
You think too highly of your assassin boss.
That's because we know him. You clearly have no idea who you're dealing with, you ignorant merc. Eliminate the threat, now!
3. Oh.
Not scared of you.
Sorry, thought I heard the cat in here. Messing about.
Found found us!
Did he show up in person? Talk to me, Anuli.
He's a Spectre! You can't escape a Spectre! We're all dead! Get away! Get away from me! No! No! Ah! Ah!
We have to get there. We have to save him.
I don't think she's gonna like anything I got to say about this.
Time to take out the Eidolon.
We're coming, Anuli.
Okay. And some of these dialogue choices that they make for us are just a little bit silly. Alright, so we want the cantina. Yep, Slippery Slopes Cantina. So, not that I didn't mind Yoda being in episode 8. Certainly it was, you know, very welcome. You know, obviously he's got that connection to Yoda, but he's also got the connection to Ben. He's got the connection to Anakin now. Now that he, you know, the fact that he returned to the light before dying. So it made sense to have all three of them there. So I don't know what happened there. I mean, clearly the two of them were willing to come back and act a little bit. That would have been a cool insight to see how Anakin is as a Force ghost after coming back to the light, to see, you know, how he's changed. Obviously he's not the same guy from right before he got turned to the dark side. So that would have been really cool to see, I thought. Now maybe they're waiting to explore that in the Ahsoka series, because I heard he's ready to reprise his role there. That's the heavy rumor right now. So maybe they're going to do that in that series, which will be great. You know, Hayden Christensen back working again. He only had to stay in exile for what is it, 17 years, and okay, we'll let you out now. Because that Jumper movie, man, just made you want to jump, right?
The Eidolon may still be here.
Right. Okay. I'm sorry.
Can you tell what killed Anuli?
I can't really tell. The look on his face. What was that?
Zoom, what are you doing here? Oh wait, that's later in the game.
Not just a pretty sidekick, Buster.
Check Anuli's body again.
What were those things? I can't believe he's gone.
They were checking Anuli's
I
body.
never should have left him. It's all my fault. Again.
Try to keep it together.
I'm sorry. I'll be okay. Just give me a sec.
Jesus, everyone close to Mako just dies. First Brayden,
The whole
then
communicator
Anuli.
on Dalaran's desk is blinking. Maybe he's still alive, sending us a message.
Oh, there you are. It's been a bit of a challenge tracking you down. I figured you for a rogue agent, but the question was, for whom? I should have known. Galeran's the only one stupid enough to do this.
I should have known.
I never figured the great Eidolon for a coward.
Well, the night is young. I must admit, I'm rather impressed that one person could be responsible for so much damage. If you wish to meet me, come to these coordinates. I'll be sitting right here, waiting for you. Of course, the second you step out of the door, you're dead. Shame, really, since our confrontation would have been most exhilarating.
May as well. I suppose there'll be more droids.
The ones you destroyed were trifles. The kind I sent to kill rats. Well, Hunter, I'm sad to say this is goodbye.
You have droids that are just there to kill rats?
Let's be careful with this crazy.
Do they not have rat poison in the Old Republic? I'm asking for a friend. Okay. There we go. Alright. We got a better gun to pew pew with. Well, I stepped out the door. Everything seems fine. See, what else would I have done? I didn't mind bringing back the Emperor, although again, same thing. I wish they would have projected it a little sooner. You know, the movies felt a little disjointed in that manner. And, well, I did it again. I always want to run away from the taxi. I wish they would have, you know, projected it and said, oh, something's going on. Even if they didn't even name him and said, hey, look, there's something ominous out there that we can't, you know, elusive, I guess would be the word. We don't know what's going on. There's something out there that we just don't know what it is, but it's somebody pulling the strings again, and then, you know, he could reveal himself as being the puppet master. And then the whole time with the Fortnite game, I'm like, what the hell? Get out of here. Well, I wonder if you could jump down there. You'd probably die instantly, right? Well, for science. Nope. That's not happening. There's an invisible wall. Should we do it again? No, I'm just kidding. Oh, this is cool. We only have to go here. That's fine. I'm ready to be done with Nar Shaddaa. Nar Shaddaa wears on me. It's just all the core, every part of the world just looks too similar. Sorry to say. Not to be a complainer, but I did like the Nar Shaddaa from KOTOR. It just felt more, I don't know, it felt unique. Each part, you know, when you went to the Pazak Den, you know, it didn't look the same as it did in the refugee section. Obviously looked way different, and the layout was different. You didn't get confused. You're like, wait, where am I? And you had to check a map. Like, you kind of had an idea. Well, you probably still had to check a map to know where you were going, but anyway, I'm all over the place. So getting back to what I would change. Again, I didn't mind the fact that the Emperor came back. It just, I didn't buy the reason for it, which is a big distinction. I love the Emperor. You know, when I heard he was going to be it, I was like, oh, this is great. But then when you think about it for a lot of times, it's like, okay, how? How did he survive getting thrown down the shaft, you know? Apparently he was a clone that wasn't very well made, and somehow his spirit inherited that. But, you know, there is precedent for that in this very game, you know? The Emperor in this game, you know, he's constantly coming back, and you know, they kill him, and nope, he's not dead. Like, even though we had a really epic conclusion with it, spoiler alert, sorry, we had a really epic conclusion with him, where you meet up with Revan, and you meet up with Valkorian's children, and you meet up with you know, and everybody, Mirin, the exile, you know, everybody comes out. All the Force Ghosts all come out to fight him. Shatil Shan comes out. Alright, well, hold on. Hold that thought.
Alive? Who are you, and why are you doing this?
I'm not here to talk to you.
Fair enough. It was a pleasure to meet you. Opponents like you are very rare and precious. I regret having to kill you.
Wait, I've got a priority message from Solash. He's another cartel lieutenant. He's offering a huge bounty if you bring him the Eidolon, alive.
The Huts want to do terrible things to you.
Oh, come now. You'll never claim that bounty. But then, if we don't have our dreams, what do we have? Come, it's time to die.
It's time to die. Haven't you heard? I'm the main character, bud. Where'd he go? Hang on a second. This cat's acting a fool. Where are you? Apparently it was not the cat. Apparently I'm hearing things.
Well, what
Anyway.
are you waiting for? You've done it.
You've
beaten
done it.
me. Finish it now, and be remembered forever as the hunter who killed the Eidolon.
The light side choice is to kill him? Holy crap.
Anything to get you to shut up.
Why is that the... I guess...
No, I truly am a specter.
The only thing I regret is bonitis. Futurama, anybody? Bueller? Bueller? Spaceport, there we go. See, if I was designing a trilogy from scratch and not from, you know, not trying to fix what was already there, you know, just, you kind of just bite the bullet. You kind of just, you know, Harrison Ford, obviously he comes back for the money and nothing else, and he's like, look, I'll come back, but you kill this character immediately. I don't want nothing to do with this character anymore. And he's been notorious. He just, you know, he's one of these guys. I think he's got psychological issues. I think he just hates himself to a certain degree, and I think he just, you know, he probably should get on somebody's couch, honestly. Probably just needs some help in that regard. But that's a different story. Let's not psychoanalyze Harrison Ford at this point. So you just recast him. I mean, you did it once to do the movie, the solo movie, which I thought that actor did not a bad job. His name escapes me at the moment, but he did a not terrible job. It just unfortunately came on the heels of probably the worst Star Wars movie that was ever made. So, you know, there wasn't a lot that was going to happen with him. You know, I think fans were waiting to, you know, submarine that movie, and they didn't come out in large numbers. They said, like, forget it, we're not doing this. You know, you guys really screwed up with episode 8 there. So, you know, and it came out like 5 months later. So unless the movie was really good. Alright. That's that. Anything good in the guild bank? I forgot. I think I looked here once. What do we got here? Frontline veteran. Oh yeah, we looked at this already. Never mind. Still ugly. Alright, using this fleet intercom.
We're not like the Eidolon, right? We're different.
Do you think I'm an assassin?
You kill people for money. How is that different?
I mean, I don't always kill people for money.
I can choose to bring them in alive.
I wonder if that's any better. Maybe it's worse. I guess we still have work to do. I hope the rest of our targets are nothing like this guy.
Depending.
Should we get out of here? I want to get as far away from Shadaa as possible.
Yeah, this was kind of painful for Mako. Poor girl.
You'll get no argument from me.
Ugh, I told you this place was ugly and sleazy.
Alright, let's go talk to Reba.
The Eidolon's been taken care of.
My intel confirms that.
Oh, nope.
The Hutt cartel
Not
just
Reba.
yanked their live bounty on the Eidolon. I have word that your rivals forfeited to you as well.
Yes, they did. Is that alright? 23. Okay, we're almost about to hit max level on the planet we just left, which is good because we weren't even supposed to be there yet. Alright, so the next planet, we're going to head to Balmora. Okay, so you recast because you kind of already did that, and then you have Luke running, maybe 10 years later. Empire's gone. Oh, hold on.
Nice. The Empire's been fighting for control of Balmora for years. Death tolls in the high 7 figures.
Jesus.
How is there anything left to fight over?
The weapons factories are built to withstand attack. The people aren't. Let's see what Krista has to say about our job here.
That's fair.
Starting the holo now.
Welcome to Balmora, Hunter. Your target is the right impressive Admiral Iverness. They call him Admiral Untouchable. Spends all his time on a fancy flagship surrounded by armed soldiers. Can't kill what you can't touch, Hunter. You gotta lure Admiral Iverness off his flying fortress and down to Balmora. To make things even more interesting, no friendly contacts here. You gotta figure this out yourself. And don't forget, the job ain't done till you're the only hunter left standing. Good luck.
Mako, get me everything you can find on Admiral Iverness.
Already on it. Logging into the Imperial network now. He's a war hero, alright. Actually won some battles against the Mandalorians. Wonder if that's how he got on the list. This is interesting. Turns out one of the Admiral's toadies is in the market for a bounty hunter.
Let's get every piece of information on them you can pull down.
The job listing contact is Lieutenant Major Perel. And get this, discretion is of the utmost importance. Whatever this is, Perel wants it secret.
Let's apply for a job and see if we can't work our way up to the Admiral.
Lieutenant Major Perel's office is at the Imperial base in Sobrik. Let's go impress him and see where it leads.
Alright, so 10 years later, you have some Jedi. Maybe you get a dozen, 2 dozen in the galaxy. You got a couple of people who've made their way up to Master, maybe. That's what episode 7, my version. and you have him like, you know, hunting the remnants of the Empire. You know, that doesn't just go away. You know, I mean, as the books tried to, what were they called? And Empire's End was one of them. Aftermath, the Aftermath series. They were pretty good. They really dove into, like they had Han and Chewie freeing the Kashyyyk homeworld, which was, I think, important. That's what I think Episode 6 would have been too. You know, speaking of rewrites, again, Endor is fine, but you know, it does get a little bit silly with the teddy bears, you know, taking on Imperial troopers, so stormtroopers. So, you know, maybe have them be Wookiees, and then you can have them, you know, ripping off body parts, and you can have that be a little bit more, you can buy it. You can buy something like that.
You there, bounty hunter. We want to work with you.
No, you don't.
Take a number and get in line.
You see this blaster? It means we get to jump to the front of the line.
We've come to collect a debt from you, and we expect payment in full.
Oh, look, here's these earrings again.
Very particular about our debts.
You killed our brother Vex, you pile of scum. You got anything to say?
I don't even remember him. I don't remember Vex. I legit don't. Sorry.
I don't remember any Vex.
That's the truth.
He was that Corellian bank robber on Hutter, right? The fast draw guy.
You couldn't take him in a stand-up fight, so you shot him in the back. Now you're going to pay the price.
The name Taro Blood ring a bell? He told us how you slaughtered Vex and then killed the old man, Brayden, when he discovered your crime.
Brayden? I can't believe even Taro would stoop that low.
Brayden was more than just my mentor. He was my friend. Taro killed him. The only one getting fried here is you, and for nothing. You're gonna die for a lie.
Wait, hang on, Vi. What if the bounty hunter's telling the truth?
You take the word of this mongrel who killed our brother?
No, but I'm not sure I trust Taro Blood either.
Oh, more racism in the Empire.
Taro sent you to die.
Don't listen, Bor, it's a trick.
What if he wasn't shot?
That's a trap.
If this bounty hunter killed Vex in a fair fight, what chance do we have?
You're smarter than you look, Vor.
If I'm gonna die, it ain't gonna be because I was too dumb to walk away. Let's go.
But what about Vex? We made a promise.
Our brother's dead. Getting ourselves killed won't change that. Come on.
No, it actually won't. He came around quickly. See, there are reasonable people in the Empire. Gonna have our little Rancor following us around. Look at little baby Rancor. Anyway, enough of that. Let's see. So, yeah, is it over here? Oh, it's over here. The Aftermath series, very interesting. You know, all the Moffs get together and they're like, OF, what are we doing now? The Emperor's dead. How are we going to handle this, guys? Who's in charge, first of all? And, of course, you have a couple of people who, oh, I do, you know. And I think the woman's... One of the women who we follow around for a couple of books. You know, one of the admirals, or... I forget if she's an admiral or a Moff, but she ends up taking charge, I think. Or, no, she doesn't take charge, but she ends up being brought in to... what ends up being the first stage of like the First Order. And I think they even like make a little reference to
the office of Lieutenant
to that.
Burrell. I am OBX-9. How may I be of assistance?
Oh, maybe of assistance.
Tell your boss he has a visitor.
I'm terribly sorry, but the Lieutenant Major is in a meeting and cannot be disturbed. If I may
Listen, fake C-3PO.
Bounty hunter? Oh, how interesting. I don't believe I've ever met one of you. My sincerest apologies, but the Lieutenant Major is currently in a meeting and cannot be disturbed. Thank you for visiting Lieutenant Major Perel's office. Have a pleasant day.
Have a pleasant day. Well, that was nice. Ah, you don't get dark side points for that? Okay.
You're dead, fella.
Oh, come on, Mako.
What was that racket? ODX. ODX, answer me, you worthless piece of junk. Who's out there?
I got your encoded request, Perel.
What encoded request? What are you talking about? Ah, of course. I understand. Give me a moment to unlock the door.
Perel's our only connection to Admiral Iverness, so let's make the Lieutenant Major a very satisfied customer.
Is she in stealth mode? What's going on here?
My apologies for the poor welcome. I never informed that idiot droid I was hiring a bounty hunter. I'm assistant to the naval attaché of the governor of Balmora. I specialize in intelligence gathering.
Another intelligence guy.
Is wise and powerful.
This is Mergier, an amusing gift from a friend on Drummond Cass. What she lacks in intelligence, she makes up for in entertainment value. Let's get down to business.
She's a prostitute. Just in case anybody's wondering.
Colonel Sartius is an incompetent fool. I toil in his shadow, though his job should rightfully be mine.
You're obviously more deserving of power.
Precisely.
Am I messing with him?
But what's most infuriating is that Colonel Sartius has the full confidence of Admiral Iverness. Colonel Sartius remains in power because he excels at hiding his gross incompetence from the Admiral. But we are going to tear down that facade.
The Colonel loses his job, Admiral Iverness comes here and gives you a promotion.
We're going to work well together. I can tell. I want you to create problems for Colonel Sartius. Problems I'm confident he can't deal with. Your missions will involve plenty of mayhem and destruction. And the pay is quite generous. Interested?
Generous pay is my favorite term.
Excellent. We speak the same language, then. Your first target is the Okara droid factory. Before the Empire invaded Balmora, we sabotaged the facility, turning the droids into crazed killing machines. Colonel Sartius is very close to deciphering the facility's control codes. If he does, it will bring the droids fully under the Empire's control. The Colonel cannot be allowed such a victory. I sent a data slicer to enter a code-scrambling virus into the facility's computer system.
Very sneaky, Lieutenant Major.
Yes, I was rather proud of that plan myself. Unfortunately, it didn't
Mako's
work.
approving of me,
The
obviously
security
buttering
team
this guy up.
escorting the slicer was killed by the facility's droids. Now the slicer is trapped inside. The slicer refuses to input the virus until I send a rescue team. I'm sending you. The slicer's name is Zalia. Force her to input the virus into the system. Then eliminate her.
Then I was just gonna say, then eliminate her.
Ends.
Intelligence.
We'll
They're always
have
looking to
more
kill people.
business to discuss when you return.
Alright. Oh, almost took me to level 24, but not quite. Did we? Character perks. Oh, level 25. Alright, so we'll come back. Oh, that's nice. So we're already above the level cap for this level, so everything should start to get a little easier. so okay, so Luke's making so episode 7, my idea. So Luke's making a new Jedi Order. We're chasing around the remnants of the Empire, which we've already touched on. You know, Han Solo doesn't know what to do with himself because, you know, he's not used to either A, being a smuggler operating under the radar, or B, fighting in this galactic war, so he's getting restless. We don't have him go back to smuggling because that's just hitting the reset button. Leia's a Jedi Master, same as Luke. Makes sense to me. You know, you could even throw in some expanded universe, Legends series people. You could have Ahsoka come back at that point if she's still around for the movies. We don't know if she's actually made it to the movies. We know she made it past episode 6, obviously. She made it in the Mandalorian series, and then she made it into her own series, which takes place after that. Hey, level 24. And no abilities. Perfect. And then, you know, you could take it from there. You know, you could, you know, maybe have you know, you just don't always have to you don't have to go for the killer of the world-ending weapon, you know, all the time. You know, they did that in this game a little bit with a couple of the storylines, and I feel like you could buy it a little bit more because you go, okay, I know it's going to be a ripoff. I mean, there are straight characters who are just straight ripoffs of certain characters, you know. I mean, Valkorian's, you know, very clear. He's just supposed to be an Emperor ripoff, you know, like that's it. You know, Emperor Palpatine, I should say. And you know what? Everyone's fine. Nobody complains about that because it's like, okay, you need a big bad to go after. You need somebody running things. I mean, I guess you could have kept the First Order as it was. Maybe not make them as imposing. Make them be more of like, oh, hey, here's this. They've reorganized themselves into the First Order, but they're really kind of weak, and we're not really worried about them, but you know, we need to take care of them. And then, you know, you have Luke and company get involved into some stuff that, you know, oh no, they're a little bit more formidable than we first thought. Alright, I'm gonna talk to Zalia here. Keep getting interrupted by this.
Zalia the Slicer, right? Perel sent me.
Yeah. Thank the stars. I don't know how much longer I could have held out. My reconnaissance team was evaluating
No, thank the Force. Come on.
When the droids overpowered us. The droids slaughtered my team. I've been stuck here for days without food, water, or sleep.
I know why you're really here, Zalia.
You know about my mission? Then you should also know why I can't complete it. I already told Perel. If I put the virus in the computer's control program, it'll trigger alarms. Those droids will swarm us.
A few droids aren't gonna hurt me.
No offense, but I'm not worried about you. Do I look blaster-proof?
We've gotten out of way worse situations. We'll be fine.
You're totally set on this, aren't you?
Yes.
Okay.
Haven't you heard I'm the main character? We do what we want.
There goes nothing.
Oh, Zerg droids. Okay, where you at? Oh, they're coming from everywhere. Oh, that was it. Okay. Thought there'd be more to that. I complain too much, but man, I wish they would left it a little tougher.
You'll be fine now.
Oh my stars! Thank you.
Upload the virus. Oh wait, she did it already.
Like that. I'm bailing out of here before more droids show up. Running away never felt so good.
My contract with Perel stipulates no loose ends. That means you.
Oh. Oh no. Please don't kill me. I swear I'll go straight. I'll never slice another computer. Just let me go.
You have to promise to disappear.
Absolutely. I'll change my name. Delete all records of my existence. It'll be like I was never born.
I believe her. Besides, Perel's an idiot. He'll never know.
Buy your freedom. That's still kind of dark side, but okay, I guess for bounty hunter, that's... What do you expect out of him? Different standards depending on what your starting point is.
I never want to see you again. Got it?
You won't. Thank you.
Spoiler alert. We saw her in 5 minutes. Anyway. So you can still introduce Kylo Ren, you know, maybe have him have doubts. You know, maybe have him show some of those Vader tendencies. Forget Snoke, you know, let's say he goes out on his own. And let's say he hears voices. Maybe that's how you introduce Palpatine. He's hearing these voices, dark side voices. Maybe something wrong with that. Maybe he's crazy, you know? Maybe he's psychologically messed up. Maybe it's not a Force thing, and you just don't know what's going on. Obviously, it's Palpatine. And then you can kind of slowly introduce him that way, you know? This way you can kind of have your cake and eat it too. But again, you got to come up with a good explanation as to why Palpatine survived getting thrown down an empty shaft while spraying Force lightning everywhere. Also, I'd love an explanation as why he can't turn off his Force lightning when he starts spraying people. You know? I mean, it happened in 3 separate movies where, you know, he's just, and it's being reflected back at him. Okay. Did you ever consider maybe just stopping? But maybe there's a reason. Maybe it's a dark side ability where once you start, you can't just turn it off. You got to let it go until, I don't know, it finishes, it runs through its cycle. I'm sure somebody had a thought somewhere along the lines.
Welcome back. I take it everything went well, and the Okada droid factory is running smoothly? And what about Zalia? I trust that slicer won't be a problem.
It's like she never even existed.
The Admiral will soon see my worth.
Master is so wise.
Remain silent, my pet.
By the way, clearly she's going to turn on him later. Clearly.
And you don't want that, do you?
Claw his eyes out.
Here is your payment for taking care of the slicer, my friend. Excellent work. Your next assignment concerns the...
Oh yeah, look at that look. She's smarter than she
Colonel
looks.
Sanchez
Come on now.
Is responsible for keeping our citizenry safe from the deadly colicoids infesting this planet.
Never heard of these colicoids before.
Colicoids are vicious, giant insect-like creatures that devour anything in their path. Their exact origin on
They're for
Balmora
kids.
is unclear.
Make great pets.
After the Empire's invasion, the Balmorans released mutated colicoids into the wilderness. The creatures successfully bred and have become a plague on the population. The colicoids have become almost docile in recent months. Attacks are down all across the planet. That makes Colonel Sartius look like he's got this plague under control. But we know better, don't we?
You want to stir up these creatures, make them angry.
Precisely. The only thing to do with docile colicoids is make them hostile. The last time they attacked in force was when a survey team accidentally encountered a colicoid queen. It took 5 squads to kill her.
Chuta.
I need to know what tools to take for the job.
God, this
There's
guy's
this sonic device
got
near the
simps
nest
everywhere all
entrance.
around him.
It will confuse and anger the colicoids. Kill any drones and warriors you see. Eventually, the queen will reveal herself.
She's still listening.
The sonic device will disorient her.
Watch your back, Major.
leveling the playing field so you get a fair shot. Be fast and careful.
All right. Oh my God! Look at that number. 507. I don't think I've ever hit that. Let's see. How do I compare to the rest of the guild? Oh, this guild is pretty active, actually. 1.5 million. Jesus, do you have any alts, brother? Congabar Unalad. Come on. Come on. Alright. Once again, though, I would stay away from the planet-destroying weapons thing. It harkens back to too much to the Death Star. And there's always going to be that comparison when you try and do that. What is this? Oh, okay. Oh, that's kind of cool. I didn't know the Miralukans had that. I mean, I obviously knew they had it from KOTOR too, and from, is their name Vissus? Mar. Vissus Mar, I think is her name. Hold on. I can check. I can look at her. Mar. Yeah, Vissus Mar. Okay. We gotta get some cool gear for Mako here. She's walking around in basically generic gear. What would look good on a tech helper of... Not terrible, but also not good. Oh, we can make her cybernetic. Let's take a look at this. That'd be kind of cool. Oh my goodness. But not the helmet. What if we gave her the Mandalore, the Preserver armor set? How does it look? She's too skinny, that's the problem. Girl looks like she needs to get something to eat or something. This doesn't look terrible there, but alright. This is a cool set, although I'm kind of playing it out. I'm just using it on way too many tunes at this point. I don't want to get tired of it. God, I just don't know what to do with her. Okay. Well, who says we have to do anything right now? Oh, got an email. A regrettable decision. Karalga the Unyielding. Hope we don't have to face him later. Alright, I think I'm gonna call it a night. Thanks for the Stop Radio for being a new follow tonight. That's very nice. A couple other people stopped by and lurked. That's cool too. Appreciate you guys doing that. Check us out on YouTube, Jim Powell Podcast. Come to Twitch, Jim Powell Podcast there as well, and on Facebook. Schedule is Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and then Friday, 8:30 to 10:30, or roundabouts there, depending on what's going on. Sometimes we cut a little short, like we do tonight, and sometimes we go a little later, depending on what's going on. But thank you for everyone for stopping by and for the follow to Stop Radio, and enjoy your evening.